Hello, this is Matt Perlstein from EQ for Peace. We are here on our Positive Mental Health Symposium. We are trying to get across that there is hope and there is help, and that we can be positive if we learn how to deal with our mental health. We can actually be more positive than we were before by learning. We can even have trauma and we can learn how to deal with it in ways that it makes it better, not worse. Pretty cool, right? So our first speaker is Mariana and Ardeline. Sorry, I'm saying it wrong. And from Australia, I'm very excited to have her. This is the first time we've met. Together, we both run the largest emotional intelligence group I've ever seen. I don't know if you've seen one bigger. It has 285,000 people in it, and we're co-moderators, and there's some other people that help out. And so that's where we met, and she's going to talk to us about your time is now, your future self now. Mariana?
Oh, thank you, Matt. Hello, Matt. Great to meet you finally in person. It's thank you for the invitation to be able to participate in the Positive Mental Health Symposium. So I thank you for organizing this. This is such a important topic. And before I start, I would like to acknowledge you for organizing this and to acknowledge everyone for being here today. And for those of you that are going to watch this in replay, I like to acknowledge you for saying yes to you to be here to listen to this, and to encourage you to also maybe take a pen and a paper and take some notes, because you're going to have lots of speakers today, lots of learning, lots of about your positive mental attitude. So now, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Mariana Ardelan, and I'm the founder of Empowering Strategies, a mindset and empowerment coach. I'm also a health professional for more than 20 years and the best selling author of Your Time Is Now. And I specialize in identifying patterns of behavior that hold most people back. And I use proven methodology to support personal and professional growth. So, and I am honored to be here to share some insights with you regarding how you can be your future self now, because this is really important. So today I will talk about this idea that your time is now to be your future self now, and I will share three strategies with you. There is a lot of strategies, but I will share three strategies. Now, I don't know who here is familiar with this idea to be your future self now. Um,
I
and
never heard of it before. That's good.
Great. And who will like to achieve more by applying some of those insights from being your future self now? Yeah. And who would like to take their life to a whole new level to be able to create what you want in your life? And here's the thing. One of the things that I have come to know to be true is that whenever you invest in your future self, you you get more committed, you get more clear about where you're going and what you want in your life. And it can be money, can be resources, whatever it is, but it's about investing in you. And I promise that you're going to take a lot from this symposium, because this is all about positive mental attitude. Now, how do I know this? I know this because I got clear on my future self, and I also got clear and I got more committed to what I wanted for myself about 10 years ago. And one way of doing this is by really investing. and in yourself, because this is the pathway for to being committed to you. And there is a lot of research in this, and it says that the more committed you are to your vision, to whatever you want, the 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 better it is. And since we don't have too much time together, I don't want to bore you with too many details, but it comes down to your identity, and how committed you are. And your identity is your self concept and how you see yourself. But it also, the commitment comes from your beliefs, your goals, and what are you striving for. So some of the benefits of investing in your future self is that what is your view of you, of your future self, because how you see yourself will grow. And it's about having clarity, it's about having the life, living the life that you want. It's so that's why it's important to invest in how you see yourself, your future self, because at the end of the day, you are the driver of your life. No one else can drive that for you. You are in charge. And it's about committing, it's about clarifying, it's about becoming the best version of yourself, your future self. And it's about realizing that everything you want is already yours. And that your behavior will follow. As Florence Sheen said, fate knows it. It has it already. It's received, and you gotta act accordingly. And one of the most important insights you will get is that not only it is important to choose and to clarify and to imagine your future self, by then it's important to know what you want, and that is already yours, to see it yours. And once you know that what you want, and you realize that you can already have it, once you get committed, it becomes part of your identity. So you can realize that it is yours, and you can work towards achieving that. Work from what you want, not to what you want. As Stephen Covey said, to learn and not to do is really not to learn. To know and not to do is really not to know. And I think Matt will agree with this. Now, once you clarify, you gotta imagine and you gotta decide, and you come from a place of knowing, inner knowing, then you can start to begin to see your future self. And this is a core strategy, an insight to be, do, and have. So you got to be first, then you gotta do, uh, then you gotta have. Most people have it the other way around. They want to have and do, then they be. So we kind of got it all the other way around. So and being is a place of knowing, to really where you are emotionally, where are you resisting, where can you increase your imagination, where can you increase your clarity, to get to choose to know your future self, because you've got the power to choose. It's within you. And today I'm going to share 3 strategies. The first strategy is to recognize that our relationships to change. What is our relationship to change, and to make decisions from your future self, not our present self. Because if it's to do with our present self, we will not want to make any changes. We want to stay the same. So your current self is you on autopilot, mostly subconsciously, though you can start to make more powerful decisions to become more clear on what you want. And here's the thing: in every stage of our life, we make decisions, or and sometimes we may make the wrong decision. Later in life, we regret. It's like teenagers getting a tattoo, and later in life they want to remove it, or we get married and later we want to get a divorce. The question is, why we make decisions that our future self regrets? Why, when we can make decisions from our future selves today? This is because we have the misconception about time, about now, whatever the time it is for you in the present moment. We vastly underestimate how much change we make in a decade. We think that we stay the same. The thing is, your current self is very different than your past self, but we don't realize that. We don't ignore, we don't see that. We think that we stay the same, though most people are operating from their current self, or from their past self, or from their past traumas, I should say. And instead of imagining their future and creating what they want from their future self, not in the present moment, but from the future self. It's like having a goal and working it backwards. The present moment is causing the meaning of the past as well as of the future. So in the present moment, we create our reality. So most of us remember what we do, what we've done 10 years ago, though it's difficult to imagine where we're going to be 10 years from now. So we can only appreciate this when we look backwards. As Steve Jobs say, we cannot connect the dots looking forwards, but we connect the dots looking backwards. So most people think that they stay the same, and most people don't like change. Most people resist change. Hello there. And we need to understand, what we need to understand is that as human beings, we are not driven by the past. We actually pull forward by a future, but we are not acknowledging that. By a future and what we commit to. So we need to know that our future self is more powerful and more wise than our current self or our past self can ever be, because is to know that in order to create our future is also to be able to create the past, because
Nice.
we can do that. We've got the power to reframe our past. We have the power to change things, the way we look at things and what meanings we give it. uh, Myself, I definitely done that. I know I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. I'm not the same person that I was even a week ago. I We are learning and evolving from our experiences every single day. So we need to know that your current self is temporary and your current self is ignorant, because your future self will be totally different and a lot I would say a lot smarter. If your future self knows a lot more. Now, that's the first step. The second strategy is to pay attention to our language, because our language creates our reality. The language that we use creates our reality and determines how we experience our world. The other thing is, as Stephen Covey said, you don't see the world as it is, you see it according to who you are. So we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as who we are. So most people believe that who they are now maybe cannot be transformed. And that's like a fixed mindset, because we've got the ability to transform ourselves. We have the ability to to reframe the language. We have the ability to transform a negative experience into a positive one, because I guess in order to create your future, you got to learn from your past experiences, and to transform the past experiences to the point that you are grateful for those experiences, because you wouldn't be here the person that you are today if you did not go through those experiences. So you can always transform an experience, just like you can, I will say, transform an environment. You can change things, you can move things, you can question things, you can ask, is this true, was that true? And they say that actually our memory is only around 50% accurate, so we are making things up. We might as well change and make a better story of ourselves, because whatever happens in the past, we can reframe it, we can change it from negative to positive. And we can heal those wounds to be able to move forward and create the future that we want. It's to empower ourselves to want more, to do more, and to use generative language to speak your future into existence like it's happening now. Is to transform your identity, how you see yourself, is to transform your behavior. What are you actually saying? Are you tired? Or are you energetic? So there's a lot to it. Number 3 is to consciously choose to make decision from your future self, is to act from your future self, not to your future self, is to think from your goals, not to your goals, is to know that I would say everything you do, it's either a cost or is an investment in your future self. So it's to become more conscious, is to become more aware of what you want, what you desire, and to create it and to work backwards. Because at the end of the day, your behavior is a reflection of what you are committed. What are you committed to? Is to become an integrity with what you say. In other words, is to tell the truth. Is to tell the truth, first of all, to yourself. No one else. No one else needs to know what's going on. It's really, really, really important to be able to tell the truth for what it is and how it is. That's really, really important. So first of all, is to recognize your relationship, to change what kind of relationship you have to change, and to make decisions from your future self, not your present self. Second is to pay attention to your language, and use generative language so you can transform your experience, heal your past, and be your future self now. Speak with yourself the way you want to speak with your friend, not because I mean, I'm sure if we speak with ourselves, most of the time we are a little bit sometimes we can be mean to ourselves, but we won't do that to our friends, but we are mean to ourselves. So, and thirdly is to consciously choose to make decision from your future self right now in this moment. I don't know if Matt, do you have any questions? Hello, Stephen.
So say more about the third one. It was consciously choosing yourself.
To consciously choose to make decision from your future self right now. It's like work from your future self, not to your future self. It is to become conscious, is working backwards.
So say more about, you said from your future self, not to your future self. Say a little bit more about that, if you would.
Self is from your future self. Let's imagine yourself 5 or 10 years down the track. how do you want to be, what do you want to have, uh, and work from there backwards. Who you need to be to become that person, and act as that person right now.
So from your future self, not to your future self. That's
Yeah.
interesting. I never thought of it that way. So you imagine yourself already in the future and then come backwards as opposed to just
To
going forward. All right. That's
yes,
cool. I like it.
to be it now.
Be it now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been trying to put, as you were talking, I'm trying to put your thoughts into the chat. I don't know if you've been noticing, but hopefully I'm saying it the way you're saying it correctly. But
That's
anyway,
really nice.
so good stuff. What is your relationship to change? That's a big deal because fear and uncomfortable. We talk about being comfortable, being uncomfortable, because change a lot of times is uncomfortable. And if that's
Yes.
okay with you, then you can do it. If it's not okay with you, then you're got to keep yourself comfortable and in these tight little parameters, right?
That nothing is going to change.
Yeah, nothing's going to change, right? Right. And that's about dealing with your emotions again, is if you can deal with your fear and your uncomfortable stuff, then you can do great stuff. If you can't deal with it or you won't deal with it, then look out. It's not going to go well. Okay, second, pay attention to your language. That's huge. We have one of the speakers today that's their main subject is internal dialogue, what you say to yourself. And I'm like, yeah, that's great, because that's kind of one of the keys to the whole thing. Like, I can't handle this, or I
Yeah.
can't do this. And I'm like, no, you can. You are, but
It's a choice. That
the
you
choice,
gotta
right? Right.
be able to acknowledge and to realize that you're choosing that. Well, most people are not, they are not aware that they are choosing that. They're choosing their language.
Right. Yeah.
They are choosing to view things from their perspective, and if they can change their perspective, and then the action and the decisions that they make, their life will change completely.
Right. So if you can change your internal language, you first
Yes.
have to be aware of it, right? And you accept
Yes.
it and that sort of thing, but you have to be aware of it first, right?
Yeah, I think you are unable to do anything unless you have awareness. So you
There
must
you go.
become aware that something needs to shift, something needs to change. And
Okay.
most
And
people get to the change when they to realize and accept that something needs to change when they, as they say, when they reach rock bottom.
yeah, yeah, right. Okay, and then real quick, we only have a couple more minutes, but how do you do that? If you notice that you're stressing about something or overthinking about something, or you have this anxiety and all these thoughts going through, like that, how do you change those?
Well, there are so many strategies. First of all, at least take a breath or pause. So simply
Breathing's a
pause,
good
or
thing.
take a breath, or whatever. If you become aware of, it's change the meaning that you give it, or really redirect your thoughts to a different thought. Or I will say, we can accept things, change things, or simply leave them. So those are the three choices available to us. So, and then we can do something about it.
Good.
And we can change our perception of things. And yeah, it,
Nice. Okay,
definitely
so
being able
I'm gonna
to redirect our thoughts is a really powerful strategies to
powerful,
use.
so
And
powerful.
being able to simply pause. If we can have the pause, we can do something about it, we can do something different.
Nice. Yeah, I love that. Accept it, change it, or leave it.
Hmm.
um, how else does that put? Oh, add, edit, delete. We do we do
Delete.
computer stuff, and the choices are add, edit, or delete.
That's
You
it.
can add to it, you can change it, or you can delete it. Those are the choices. That's about it. So, okay, well, cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good stuff. I love the concept of being yourself and then looking backwards. That's really well done. I like that, and I'm gonna keep that. And I like accept, change, and leave it. Those are really cool too. So, thank you for joining us. Would you like to give some contact information?
Most people can reach me on uh, Facebook or Insta, Mariana Ardelean.
Yep.
And yeah, I can I
Okay.
can I can put something in the chat. I can put a link in the chat or
Okay.
my website marianardelean.com. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead and put it in real quick, because then I'm going to stop the recording and then we'll have someone else. So
Okay.
you want to keep it on this one,
I'll
you do it now. You have to do
I'll
it right now.
oh, see, wasn't prepared for this.
Here, I got
Preparation.
it. Mariana. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, thank you again. And we appreciate it. This will be recorded and posted, and then we can put your more contact information up there as well. So, all right.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Mariana from
Thank you.
Australia. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Matt. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.